Well, here we are again on Man in a Hat Diaries. Man in a Hat Diaries. And today what I want to do is show you a couple of videos and critique the videos. So there's going to be a two-part video series, if you like. I'll show you the first video and then I'll give you my opinion on that. And in the second part there'll be another video where I'll give you my opinion on that too. I've got to be very careful with what I say though, because it's a very controversial topic, and I want to make sure I get my point across or my opinion across as clearly as I can without any misunderstanding. Okay, so here's the first video.
In East London, and in their words, to walk Zara home. Hundreds of people joined them in doing that. They walked through the streets of Gants Hill to the point where we are now. And as you can see, there are women and men and also very young children. I spoke to one mother who said she wanted to bring her 4 sons because she wanted them to be educated and to remember that it is not acceptable to ignore the issue of violence against women and girls, and also to show respect for women. There are also here local politicians and national leaders who have come to show their respects. The family have said that Zara was a brave and fearless, independent young woman. She was 35 years old. She had just secured a job at the Royal Courts of Justice and was an aspiring lawyer. And
Okay, so as you can see, that video was about the unfortunate incident of Zara Aleena, who was attacked in London. And you probably remember the part where the reporter says a mother came along with her 4 boys to make sure her boys learn how to respect women. I think it's quite important to teach your kids something that you think they can actually use in later life, something useful. But I think what I want to say about that particular incident is, I'm just hoping that the boys actually do have a support system in place, because I think it's quite important when you're putting pressure or the pressure of responsibility onto someone, that they are supported themselves in whatever it is they need, whatever their needs are. And quite often we don't really understand what is going on in boys' minds or boys' heads. So I'm hoping the mother can actually provide this support system that they need, first and foremost, before actually expecting them to be responsible in that way. Because sometimes we expect people to do certain things and be certain things, but sometimes they're not able to do that simply because they don't have a support system in place. And like anything in life, unless there is something supporting something, such as an object, and you decide to put some kind of weight on an object, if that object does not have any support, it's going to fall down or it's going to break. So I think it's quite important to understand the things that, nature teaches us. Nature teaches us to balance things out. So if there's a support system for children, a psychological support system that will take care of their needs, then it's okay to give them a responsibility, because they're more likely to be able to handle that responsibility. So whether it's a mother that can provide this support system, or maybe it would be quite handy as well if there was a father or a male figure to be able to give them a male perspective on life and provide some nurture and some support, then that would be a good thing. The second part that I actually want to talk about in this video, which I've realised, was the mention of fearless women. Fearless independent women, to be exact. And what I talk about in my book is how sometimes fearless independent women are the ones that are most likely to be attacked and the most vulnerable, though they're not always aware of it. So if you're interested in reading about that and understanding that, and understanding the situations where a woman is more likely to be vulnerable, then you know, feel free to read my book. I go into a little bit more detail about these things. So I'll see you in the next video.